So good morning, my Wake Forest Baptist family, my Easter company. This is a special Holy Week. I hope that you're being faithful to all that this week offers us as celebration and commitment, the reminders of not only his death, but his resurrection. Every time we come around to Easter, I think of something I once heard a friend say. Because of what was going on in his life, he said, Easter this year came just in time. Maybe you have that feeling as well. I mean, there's so much going on in our world today. All the atrocities in Ukraine that are almost too much to even imagine. The pandemic that still now seems to be returning in some fashion. Inflation higher than ever. Subway shootings. Affordable housing in Wake County, one of the worst in the United States, the headlines say, and on we could go. But what is the news of your life? Sometimes Easter has a way of coming just in time. The good news of resurrection. I want to read what a friend of mine wrote in kind of response to what the times are bringing to us, but what Easter shouts out even louder. He said, I can't think of an Easter in recent memory when there was a bigger need for hope, for something that would breathe life into the human spirit. A year ago or several years ago, so many people felt like they were on pretty solid ground. Now they find themselves in circumstances they never would have predicted. A lot of people are feeling anxious. They have pressures they did not have before. They regret decisions that maybe have been made this past year. They wonder where things will stand a year from now. Nobody ever wants a season of hard times to come, but when they do, they have a way of making you ask, what am I really counting on? Am I building my life on a foundation that's solid enough that circumstances beyond my control cannot take it away? That's what I've been looking forward, and why I've been looking forward to Easter, a time when we gather to remember the only hope capable of sustaining a human life through everything. People have not gathered over the past 2,000 years to say the stock market has risen. It has risen indeed. They have not gathered to say the dollar has risen. It has risen indeed. Or the employment rate has risen. Or the gross domestic product has risen. Or General Motors has risen. Here's the one hope that has held up humans across every continent and culture for 2 millennials of difficult times of poverty, disease, pain, hardship, and death itself. Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. You know, this morning we're standing out here behind the office. A lot of times take morning walks across the seminary. This morning was the perfect weather for it. The sun was out bright, everything, the azaleas blooming, the magnolia trees with all their beauty. And I found myself singing the same thing we sang in church this past Sunday. Great is thy faithfulness. We sang it at the funeral service yesterday. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand has provided. And I realize what a wonderful world we are in still, because God is still on the throne. In the Easter news, I've been saying it now, and I'm very aware. I'm about to preach my last Easter sermon. 44 years I've been standing in front of people and saying Christ is risen. And what do you say? He is risen indeed. Never has it been more true. Never has there been a better time for Easter to come, just in time for whatever life is bringing you these days. So remember, here's the good news. Christ is risen. He is risen indeed.